Hey friends, today on Gardening with Creekside, I am going to give you an update on our production annex building. A lot has been done in the past couple of days, so I cannot wait to share that with you. I have, if it looks like I got the same outfit on as just the video the other day, it's because I do. It's the same day when I was trimming the roses and the hydrangeas, but there was so much going on here at production that I just wanted to come up here and give you an overview of all the fun things that are going on. I'm telling you, these fellas are just amazing and working like crazy. We have, it's been a couple of days since we've been here together. I was up here helping the fellas the other day. It was great just to be up here. I did some organizing, I did some cleaning, just got everything kind of straightened up. Of course, it's gotten to be a little messy again, so just forgive the things that are around. But we are in production 2 because I wanted to show you that the wall is complete. Now, of course, we're standing in the greenhouse, and this greenhouse, there's Jerry. He had to go get some finishing nails for the guys. But this greenhouse is maybe hard to see, but this back wall is clear plastic. So maybe it looks like there's not a wall there, but it is. It's just the single layer of the polyplastic on the greenhouse. That is going to stay that way. It is nice and sealed in and airtight, just like it was before we started this whole process. But one thing they got done, they finished it up yesterday, is the little hallways are completely done. So going from the greenhouse into the annex, each little hallway is done and the roof is done. Because since they got the roof done, they are now will be able to come in and trim this extra plastic. They just, of course, you don't want to cut the plastic until the very last minute. And so we'll go back in there and I think maybe put some wiggle wire down or something. I don't know how Jerry's going to do that, but that extra plastic will come off. But you can see that these little roofs are at a slant. So that way all the water will shed off of it. That was just kind of a little bit easier to do than doing a peak roof, like that, just to have it all slanted down. So right now it looks really dark in here because we're expecting some storms to come in tonight. But look, there's light at the end of the annex. Yes. Another big thing that they have been doing is getting wiring done. Of course, you want to get all the wiring, all the electrical done before you put the walls and the insulation and all that on. And so we've got electrical boxes, all the wire is running through the walls, and it is also running through the ceiling. So with the ceiling, it might be a little hard to see because it's yellow wire up there, but there are the blue boxes. Can you see that blue box right there? That is what the lights will plug into. So we're using LED lights. The one that's hanging is not in the correct position. They just wanted to see how much light it was going to give off. But we will have 2 rows of lights. So we'll have evenly spaced down this way and down that way. We'll have a total of 4 lights. These are the same lights that we are using in the retail greenhouse and give us lots and lots of good light. So they plug directly into the outlet, and then you can just hang them wherever you want. So that makes it easy to have the electrical box in the middle, and then I think it's like 5 feet off of each side is where they're gonna hang them. So that makes things pretty simple. But we did go ahead, they went ahead, and we have electrical boxes, especially on this back wall. It's every X number of feet. So we have plenty of outlets going down that side. And you might also notice, look, windows. Yes, they got the windows in. If you hear the air gun going, it's because they are also getting the door hung. So windows are in. I think I've told you before that they will slide this way. You can see me, hello. And then there is a screen here. So that is very nice. Nice big windows so you can see through, get lights to come in, or light to come in. 3 are down through here. Just look so nice. There goes the air compressor. So you can see that, again, all 3 little hallways are done. So even though these, that's a little odd. Here we go. See if we can get some light. There we go. You can see me now. Even though we're going to have storms come through tonight and then all day tomorrow, and it's sealed, the wood is there, the house wrap is not on it yet, so it will not be completely waterproof and sealed in. So we'll still probably have the some water come in, but at this point it is not that big of a deal whatsoever. Jerry, Chase, and Roman are working on getting the door in, the man door, I think somebody said that's what it was, right there. So that's what they're working on, but you can see how much good light, just one light is given off right here for sure. They got obviously got the electrical panel in the other day, so that way they could run all the wires. They still, of course, have to come back through and do all the final touching on the wires, so they have to secure everything and do all the things that they're supposed to. It's just that right now, they're just trying to figure out where the outlets are going, where the light switches are going, and then just running wire like crazy. They're gonna try to get everything as close to perfect as they can with that electrical. Of course, before you put the insulation in, before you put the final siding on inside, because it's so much easier to run it now than, you know, when all of that is done. It can be done, it's just, it makes it a little bit harder. So Josh, we were just talking, and so we were talking about different areas, you know, do you want to put something in here or not? And so we have talked about, of course, having a refrigerator up here for when we're up here and when we're working and our workers. So I think what we're going to do is put it on this wall between, this is dry storage right here, and then production 1. So it'll go somewhere on this wall right here, because we're going to have water here. So you can see we've got that plumbed, that we're going to have a sink, because you have to have a sink, eye wash station, all the good safety things. So that way it makes sense to have the sink, eye wash station, have a counter, have the refrigerator there, and then, you know, kind of make it pleasant while we're working. Right, Jerry? He's being silly. I think he needs to come in here for a second. The people love when Jerry talks. All right, so I've gone through and explained kind of what everything has done, what y'all have done. I was going to show them the supplies got delivered from Home Depot yesterday and today.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yesterday, today, twice.
2 deliveries today, yeah. 1 yesterday.
Pulling from multiple stores.
Coming from multiple stores. So anything you want to talk about, updates on electrical, or because you were the one running the electrical wires?
Yeah, I did, and I ran this.
No, wait a minute, you don't have a mic, so you can. He's running away from me, y'all, and he doesn't have a mic on, so he's got to stay close to me.
This guy did a great job.
My goodness, that looks like a house of a drill.
It helped really drill in all the holes in the studs. All the holes, you know?
Yeah, all the holes. We have holy studs. Yes. So that way, and what is that called?
I forget which one this one's called. It's like a wall drill.
And you had that in your arsenal, obviously?
Yes, it was the very first one drill that Power Planter was recommending to go with the auger bits.
Yeah.
And it, because you could hold it like this, you know. But it's awkward in a way because it's so heavy right there.
Right.
Andrew liked using it. I know he always liked this drill, but it did really well. I mean, it just kind of goes right through.
So show me how you would do it without actually doing it.
You know, you just like.
Hang on. So you kind of have to go at an angle.
Yeah, that's what, because the longer bit helped with that, and it just drilled all the way down. And I did it within minutes.
So then, let me ask you this. So right here go back behind you, back here. So you were able to drill through these boards all at one time?
Yeah, so that was over 8 inches.
Over 8 inches. Way to go, DeWalt.
Almost 9 inches.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so stick close to me, and then let's go talk about supplies that came in. So we have all the supplies here in the dry storage because it just makes sense. Have a couple sheets of OSB left over. I am sure it will get used in some fashion. So we had to change a little bit of our thinking, right?
So when we were at the last video, we were at Home Depot, and we definitely went with the bead board here, but we have chosen to put this on the wall instead.
Okay, so that little small bead board that we were going to put on the ceiling.
Yeah, it's going on the wall.
It's going to go on the wall.
Sometimes you see this as a wainscoting in bathrooms, that kind of thing. But it's also used in exterior too.
Yep.
So, it's the other panel that we were wanting.
Yes.
To the walls. The other panel was out of stock.
Gotcha.
I didn't waste any time, so we just went ahead and just went with
the same thinner. Pretty finished.
It's really thin. So
underlayment.
It'll be easier to put up on the ceiling. So that way when you're lifting it up there.
Okay, so that's going to go on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And we had now, pardon me, I forgot who the actual person who said this, but one person made a comment about with the ceiling, we ought to paint it light sky blue like the houses at Mackinac. Well, also that's a southern thing. So if you remember, Jack thought I was crazy when I was talking about like the tradition in Charleston. So we thought that was a really neat idea. Now, I don't know if we're going to do it or not, but it definitely is a good thought.
I definitely think that we need to do some sort of light stain on here.
Yeah, I would like
so
just
that
to have
brightens the whole space.
The color to come out, not like, I don't want like a cedar, because that would get, I'm afraid it would make it look.
I'm almost leaning towards like, because how the lights down there just brighten everything up.
Yes.
I mean, I'm almost wanting to, I was thinking about even some sort of like really light color.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, like a transparent light gray type color.
Yeah, I think the lighter the better.
Yeah.
We'll
So
have to
then you
we'll
would
have
see
to
the wood grain.
we'll have to have some scrap pieces and test it.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, so we got that done. What else came? Was it just these two things that came?
These two, all this came to this extra stack came today. This stack came this morning. Oh, the hardy plank board outside.
So wait. Is all of this the roof? No. That's a lot.
This is the roof here.
Yes.
This is the wall.
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna say, because that's not enough to have a wall. Look, those two little stacks.
Yeah.
All right, so now out here, the hardy plank also came.
Yep.
Excellent.
We stuck it outside.
Yes, it can go outside. It's just fine because it's, of course, that cement product. We've talked about the hardy plank before. It's actually what is on our house. We've been in our house for 19 years, honey. Happy anniversary to us. Yeah. And so we've only had to paint it one time, but it is a cement product. Up here on the top, you can see those are the trim pieces. And then down below are the planks.
There's another pallet down there.
And then there's a whole fresh pallet down there. But you can see also, look, that they got the whole tippy top all sealed in. So the building is all buttoned up as far as that goes.
Yeah, it's pretty, other than the garage doors areas, everything's sealed in. Pretty good.
Yeah, especially with them finishing, they're putting on the door right now.
They're putting on the other door.
The man door.
Yeah. So we were thinking even if we went with the garage doors and we had a weight on them, we may do some sort of just tarp on the holes to cover up.
Yeah.
Because it would just help.
Well, the wind, the leaves, the gunk, and the rain when it comes, because we're probably going to get into some of our nastiest weather here.
So we'll talk about it and decide what we're going to do.
Yep, that is still to be determined. Josh had to leave us just for a moment because before he left, I was asking him what is up next. And so, you want to walk in there with me and we'll talk about what's going on next? So I'm going to flip the camera around so you can kind of see everything that is happening. Oh, do you want to give us, while we're walking, we can talk about any kind of update on the potting machine?
I haven't heard anything.
Haven't heard anything. Well, that was a short conversation. Haven't heard anything, but there we go. So you can see that the building is all sealed in. Looking good, looking good. So Josh, I was talking to Josh, and he said he wasn't sure what your plans were for tomorrow, but his thinking was that to, yes, one, get all the electrical finalized, tucked in, all how that's supposed to be. Then they want to come in, because remember, each of these doorways is going to get the sliding doors. So they want to get those doors installed. Production 2 already has them. Yep. So they'll have doors there, so they want to do that. The doors are actually being stored down here in production 1. I'll show those to you.
Yeah, probably that. I would say these doors, and then the heater.
Oh.
I've got to get the heater mounted.
Yes.
So I can call
gas company.
Because they're mad about being backed up and slow, so I want to get them out here.
Okay, so then let's talk about the doors. So here are the doors. Hopefully I'm not making you seasick, folks. This, you'll see this covering, the white and the blue, that just peels off as a protective layer. But those are what, aluminum doors, so they're nice and light. Yeah. They're just like what is in production 2.
Yeah.
So super easy to install. In the big box over here is the heater. This is a gas fire heater. I'm looking at the directions, or the specifications rather, so that way y'all can, there you go. It is gas fire unit heater, power exhaust, propeller fan, 25,000 BTU hour input, stainless steel heater exchanger. Yes, sorry, I missed a 0. 250,000 BTU, thank you. And this is a propane gas heater. Key. Why is that key, Jerry? Why do you want to make sure you have the right heater?
It was not my fault.
No, it was not your fault.
Yeah, it was many years ago, we put up a greenhouse and shipped natural gas heater. I didn't see where it was natural gas. The propane guy that hooked up the gas line didn't see it was natural gas. So the orifice is larger on natural gas, so
yes,
it allows more propane to go through.
More
so
gas goes
just
through.
Like burning through, and then it actually sooted up the entire heater.
It ruined it.
It ruined it. It was over with. So
the reason that we figured it out was because it wasn't working properly, and we were running through the gas, and we couldn't figure out why.
We were running through the gas, also had a smell like there was gas leaking.
because there was.
That's most of it was coming out the exhaust pipe.
Yes. So this will get hung, and we'll go look at the other one next door to give you an idea, but it gets hung pretty much as close to the center right here as possible, and then it blows out. It's just like the one next door, yes? So I'm going to take you next door right quick so that we can see exactly. Now, we do need to hang, this is open, we're going to hang the plastic back down over here, because remember, on this greenhouse, we had a 16-foot roll-up door on the front and the back, so it spanned that whole distance. So it rolled up, we're getting rid of that obviously, so we've got to recover these 2 panels with the plastic. But other than that, we're sealed in right here. So over here is, we're gonna go next door, take a little walk. Here we go. Brenna's living her best life with all the scrap pieces of wood laying around. But these are the doors. You want to show them how easy it is to open and close those doors? So it'll be just like the other 2 sets of doors will be just like that. And then of course, Brenna doesn't understand.
We have to add, like, this greenhouse had the concrete sloping down a little bit, so the stops didn't work.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so this is the heater. There is the heater. It hangs, we have rails up there that they hang from. Is that
a little off center because you need your chains to be coming straight down.
Right.
And so it has to be just a bit off of the center a little bit, as you can see,
Right.
to be able to keep those vertical. If you put these pipes out, or this pipe out that way to catch that, your chains are going to bend, and then they're going. For long term, I think that's a bad idea.
Right, and for here, like, I do not notice that is not perfectly centered.
No.
I've never, that does not register to me at all, and normally that would register to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably possible that this one could be done that way if this pipe was over here a little bit and this one was over here and hanging center, but actually to the plan, when it told me to do it this way.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
And also, I would also add that when you're up on a ladder and you're trying to hold, because that is not aluminum, that is steel.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I did all that by myself.
Yeah. It was down. No, you didn't. I helped you with that.
With the tubes, maybe.
Yeah.
I came in here.
I helped with the tubes. I did not help with the heater. I helped with the tubes. My point was, when you're trying to hold those and they're heavy and you've only got 2 people, you know, you just get the job done, people.
Tough situation.
You just do what you got to do, and if it's not perfectly centered, it's okay. But anyway, to the point of the heater, it blows and then that hot air will shoot out, and it's amazing because really we found in growing that where that hot air really lands is really like where this table is.
So tell him I'm going to change these things.
Okay, so he's going to change those. And what are you going to do?
Something we forgot, these vents here were a few of them are pointing down.
Yes.
So I'm going to get on everybody more vertical.
Yes.
This one here has got to mess with it. But that
So it'll
way
go
the air
straight out.
Goes straight out, because about right here.
Yeah, it was that table.
Yes.
It hits.
The plants were.
Oh, they were happy.
They were happy.
They were happy because it was tropical in here.
It was so funny though, because I think it was, I can't remember if it was coleus or it was, well, anyway, whatever plant was right here.
Yeah.
The earlier crop was over there, so it's a little bit cooler.
Was it the lemon coral?
Well, they both were over here, but that's not the one I was
Oh.
thinking about. So anyway, this one took off and it was ready faster.
Gotcha.
All this right here on this whole
Yeah.
side.
Quite a warm spot for sure. So as always, lots of things going on here. Our first plants from Proven Winners, from our friends up there in Loudon, New Hampshire at Pleasant View Gardens,
The
is
week of the
16th, the week of the 16th. So that's only in 2 weeks. We should be getting them pretty soon, in 2 weeks. But it was funny, a little side note here. So the Home Depot guy that delivered the products today was actually from Loudon. So, I mean, Loudon is not a big, it's not a metropolis or anything. So it was a fun little connection to make with the Home Depot driver, that he knew exactly where Loudon was and had picked up plants from Pleasant View.
Picked up plants from Pleasant View and delivered them to Home Depot.
Yep.
So, because, you know, Pleasant View grows
Right.
a certain amount of finished product.
Right. So anyway, the work continues. Thought you'd like a little update on how everything is going. Of course, as things progress, we will keep you updated on all of that. But as always, thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.